so please welcome Nigel.
Thank you, Chloe. I was having trouble with my mic. It was slipping off all over the place. I think I've got a slippy head. Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you. Don't panic. I am not the food police. I am here to release you of all of your concerns and worries about what to do with diet, lifestyle for the menopause, perimenopause, and beyond. And the whole point of what I want to talk to you about is really making sustainable shifts that are going to take you through this phase of your life and into the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and beyond. I want you to be the woman who is decorating her own lounge, digging her own garden in your 80s, so the rest of the world looks at you and thinks, that's how I want to be. And that's what this show is all about, and that's what we're going to start focusing on. Lifestyle to match your treatment choices, whether you choose to use hormones or not to manage your menopause symptoms. I want to show you the lifestyle elements that are really going to guide you through that. Now let me just see if my print change is going to work. Ooh. Can you just help me out? Ah, there we go. So it's gone the wrong way. Right. Let's go back. So let's start with the thing that women worry about when they come to see me. The first symptom that tends to bother women is this mid-range weight gain. I don't know if this is something that any of you have experienced, but that spare tire that seems to appear from nowhere. What is going on with that? Well, I'll tell you exactly what's going on, because it's not your fault. What's going on is your estrogen levels are changing and your metabolic rate is changing, and what we start to see is that at least half of women will gain around 10 kilos over the period of that perimenopause and menopause, and most of it is accumulating here, and let's look at why. So first of all, the hormonal changes, the reduction in your estrogen levels is changing where your body lays down fat. Previously, you'd have had this lovely hourglass shape, and that was caused by estrogen. Estrogen was giving you your hourglass shape. As you start to lose your estrogen, that makes you start laying down fat like me, like a bloke, and it becomes more straight up and down. So the estrogen changes is really what's impacting where the fat goes, but it's not the thing that's causing you to gain weight. What tends to be involved there is changes in your metabolic rate. So from the age of about 35, both men and women start to lose a degree of muscle tissue that really has an impact on how fast and how efficiently your body burns fat, your metabolic rate. That begins to reduce, and that's the bit that means that you need fewer calories each day to function, to do your normal routine. But then let's think what else is going on. So you're experiencing symptoms, maybe you're not sleeping very well, maybe you can't remember things, you're getting brain fog and your mood is feeling low. If all of that's going on, the chances are you are not going to want to throw yourself into every Zumba class going, you're not going to be doing all the exercise you might have done before, and your lifestyle begins to change. Maybe you rely on a glass of Sauvignon to get you to sleep at night. Maybe your food choices change a little bit. And that's where we see the perfect storm for weight gain at perimenopause and menopause. And you need to understand these two things, because the diets you might have done in your 30s and 40s to get you beach ready for your trip or to get into that little black dress at Christmas are not going to work at perimenopause and menopause. It's a different body now. It's running without as much estrogen. And even if you choose to take HRT to manage your symptoms, that estrogen in your HRT won't be enough to turn things around. So we need a different approach. Now, when women come to see me, They never come in worrying about cardiovascular disease, their bone health, their risk of cancer. When they come to see me, what they are bothered about is weight gain. And this is what I want to talk to you about, because if you do this properly and you follow the evidence, you can look after all of these things as well as managing your weight. You don't need any fancy diet. You don't need fasting. You don't need keto. You don't need any faddy, quick fix diet. You need a lifestyle plan that is going to be lifelong, because I want you to thrive, as I say, and be that woman in your 80s that other women look at. And you are going to be menopausal for the rest of your life. So whatever you do to manage your weight now, you are going to need to do for the rest of your life. And if it feels like purgatory and misery, you ain't going to do it. So it needs to be something that's really manageable, that's really tailored around you, and that is just simply tweaking and adjusting what you already do, because it's what you already do combined with those hormonal and metabolic issues which is just shifting you into that weight gain mode. So what is the best way to do this? Well, quite frankly, none of this. This is great for Instagram. This is great for celebs that get paid to talk about this. This is not great for you. You don't need it. It's nonsense. It's not evidence-based, and it is going to drive you into a pattern of weight loss, regain, utter misery. And I promise you, you can do this much more effectively with a really healthy relationship with food, loving your food, and finding your joy in exercise. And I just want to share with you why you don't need to do that. The answers are right under our noses. The reason all of us, whether you're menopausal or not, myself included, struggle with our weight is because, quite simply, we don't eat enough fruit and veg. We drink too much booze. We eat too much fat. We eat too much sugar, and we don't move enough. If we can look at the evidence, what most of the nation is struggling with, and what all of you will be looking at this and seeing there's one or two things there that fit for you, that's the answer. That's the key that is going to work for you, and that's why you don't need all the other nonsense that we were looking at. Yes, you do need to think about some really important nutrients at this time of your life. You do need to think about your bones, your heart. If you've been struggling with maybe leading up to your perimenopause or during your perimenopause, your periods have been changing, they've been heavy, maybe they've been longer. You want to look at your iron status. There are some really specific elements of your nutrition that do relate to menopause, and you need to consider those. That's why you cannot start cutting whole food groups out of your diet. Disaster, if that's the way you're approaching. So, if we take those basic principles, that's going to cover all of those finer details in the nutrients that you need to look for. So what do we tend to think about? Back to basics is what we think about. Eating regularly, 3 meals throughout the day, no room for fasting, savvy snacking, eating a balance of your food groups, looking at your plate and imagining it divided into 4 quarters, 1 quarter protein, 1 quarter carbs, and half that plate fruit, veg, or salad. That will always take care of the vitamins and the minerals. And when it comes to portion sizes, essentially you're looking for a plate full of food that would fit in to your cupped hands. That's about the serving you need to feel satiated, satisfied, but not stuffed. And if you're concerned about portion sizes, you have absolutely every right to be. Look at the size of dinner plates. They are bigger than your head. If you're going to fill a dinner plate full of food, the same sort of quantity of food as maybe your teenage son or your male partner, it is too much. You don't need that amount of food. If you take a more modest amount, eat that slowly, mindfully, without the TV on, without your phone or your iPad in front of you, you'll be amazed how quickly you register, actually, I'm done. I've had enough. And those satiety signals are all things that we are missing in our busy, busy lives. So slowing down is a really important part of managing your nutrition and eating plan. But as well as that, we need to address exercise. We need to look at bringing in self-care. This takes a little bit of effort. It takes a little bit of concentration on you. And unless you're investing in yourself and building up your self-worth, it's hard to find that effort. So we put all of this together in a lovely 12-week plan that you can follow online, live, or on catch-up via our organisation, Harley Street at Home. And I want you also to look at a new course that we've just put together for you for this program, where you'll be able to take control of your menopause symptoms, get an introduction to what is going on with your body right now, to blow all the myths and the misconceptions around menopause, how it works, why it's happening, what your choices are, what to look out for. Over 3 sessions, this is completely free to you if you join us this afternoon. If you look behind you, you can see the purple balloons. That's where you can come and sign up to this course today. And you'll work with us to recognize perimenopause, recognize what's going on and how to address it. We'll take you through your treatment options, whether those be hormonal or non-hormonal, and make sure you really feel that you're making decisions that are right for you. This won't just be with me, it will also be led by a British Menopause Society accredited doctor, Dr. Claire Spencer, will be taking the sessions with me. And in the last session, we'll be taking you through lifestyle management, diet, exercise, self-care, anxiety, emotional wellness, and it is all completely free. You get a 60-day membership to our organisation, Harley Street at Home, and after that, you're welcome to stay, or if you don't want to stay, there's no tie-in, you can leave and you won't have spent a penny, but you can sign up using a QR code today over on the stand and just come and meet us. What you'll also be able to take part in on January the 9th is our 12-week Back to Basics weight management and lifestyle program, specifically designed for women in perimenopause and menopause, led by me. It's online, it's every week for 12 weeks, and you also will meet all of our exercise instructors, our menopause doctors, our emotional wellness coaches, to help you build that toolkit to take you through not only your perimenopause and your menopause, but again, into those decades ahead of you, because you're worth it, and it's such an important time to lose all the nonsense and to break free of the diet trap and all of the noise around that's telling you about different quick fixes. There isn't a quick fix. There is no easy solution, but if you just take a little bit of breathing space, look at how you've been living your life for the last 20, 30 years. The answers are really simple. And that's what Back to Basics and this course is all about, is simplifying it and helping you build a personal plan that's the right plan for you. It's not Davina's plan. It's not any other celebrity's plan. It is the plan that's right for you. And it doesn't have to be miserable. So do come and see us. have a chat and see what we've got to offer. I am so pleased that you've managed to join us for this chat today. I'll be speaking later on the live stage after lunch this afternoon, and I know I've got some colleagues coming to speak to me in just a few minutes, and we'll be hosted by Dr. Ginny Mansberg, who's on the sidelines there. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you for staying with me. And have a brilliant day at Pause Live, because this is a fabulous event. I'm so pleased that we've been able to be involved. Thank you.